Welcome back to my studio. I'm still working on this painting on commission. It's the coast of France. We're in a hilltop village of Aix overlooking the little peninsula on the southern coast of France where Villefranche is located. So anyway, I'm going to be working on these big leafy, actually giant bird of paradise leaves cascading over the wall. And these are mixtures of my phthalo blue plus cadmium yellow medium plus white. And I use this as a bright brush. It has a square end, and as you can see, I can use that flat edge to make broad strokes. I can also use the fine edge. I can just drag it and make smaller strokes. I need to make a couple more mixtures here. Again, this is my phthalo blue plus cadmium yellow medium and white. And by mixing different proportions, some of my mixtures are a little bluer, some of them are a little bit yellower. And that just gives variety within the leaves, and that helps give interest into your greens. You don't want the greens all to be exactly the same. If you look at nature, if you look at plants, and you'll notice that the greens are not all the same. They're, you know, they vary from here to here. I've even got some in this. I've got some mixtures of just phthalo blue plus white. Now these leaves coming over here are catching a little light. My light's coming in from the upper right. So as these leaves come over, they're catching more light. I need to put a little more paint out on my palette. I need a little more white. I use, several people ask me what brand of oil paints I use. These are made by Winsor Newton, and they're called Winton oil color. This is, a lot of people consider this a student grade paint. Jack and I have preferred this paint. We've always used it. He's used this paint, the Winton oil colors, on $60,000 portraits. So it's a good quality paint. No need to turn your nose up at it. It's excellent. And like I say, it's light fast. It lasts just as long as any of the more expensive colors. I know a lot of people that spend a lot of money on hand-mixed oil paints, and I mean, that's wonderful if they want to do that, but it's certainly not necessary. But these are really an excellent paint. Now, as this comes over, I want it to break into the sky. I like having some of my plants break over the edges of the arch. And again, that just keeps it looking like that background is, or keeps it from looking like that background is just cut out. And in nature you have leaves that cascade over, and it just adds interest again. It adds interest into your painting. This is going to be a little bit in shadow here. See, this leaf is going to be underneath, so it's going to be darker right there. It's kind of coming this way. That one I'm just sort of indicating. I'm not putting a lot of detail in it. As this one comes over, you'll catch a little more light. And these leaves are sort of V-shaped. So the light's coming in from the upper right. So this part of the leaf, that big leaf, is going to be a little bit lighter. And then this edge where it comes up is also going to be lighter. Mixing paint as I'm working here. Usually I have all my paint mixtures out, but I just didn't have all of them that I needed. So you can see how I can use the edge of my brush to make those littler or finer, longer brush strokes. Just again mixing a little more paint. a lot of mixing involved. I find with, I like oil paints. I love using oils because of the mixability. Acrylics don't mix as well. The colors are just plasticky and they just don't mix as well. Also, the colors in acrylic, as they dry, they get darker. So what you put down on the canvas first isn't what it ends up to be. So this is why Jack and I have always preferred to use oils. And then this leaf comes down here. I'm going to have a heart-shaped sweet potato vine coming then over. There's a wall here, and they're going to be cascading over the top of this wall. There's like a tall, this wall is all planted with all these great plants, and so some of my darks coming here. I just don't like that leaf in there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make that some of the stalks of these upper leaves coming up. I think that's more interesting. Yes. And then this frond comes, this one comes like so, and then this one comes down here. That's another thing I like about oils as opposed to watercolors is it's very easy to go back and make changes. And if you don't like something, just paint it out or scrape it off. I mean, I can just scrape off the paint and go back and repaint it. Oh, can't do that with watercolor. So let me go ahead and put my wall back in here. We'll put our little, again, some of these branches coming up. And then we'll paint our leaves. This painting is painted on a traditional canvas. My collector is going to be framing this in just a regular frame. This does not have our white Senkarik signature frame on it. So this is just a very standard canvas. I have it attached to a piece of cardboard so that it is very easy then I can handle the piece while it's wet. I'm leaving my little opening there in the paint because I'm going to have some leaves there of the sweet potato vine, so that just kind of lets me know that I need to do that. And then this rock wall has a little bit of has the crevices, so we want to go ahead and put these are extending back. Again, I just kind of indicate them. Need it real detail here. And this rock is back there. There we go. That may be a little too light. I can always go back later and make it darker if I need to. That gives us our wall back there. And then these of the arch over the opening, those rocks extend out a little bit, so I can just accent that edge. A little dark in there from the rocks. I really appreciate you watching my YouTube videos. You can also see the rest of this painting, the step-by-step process, if you'll go to my blog. The link is in the description below. The address is also on the final frame of my video. And just have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I hope you had a fabulous Thanksgiving. And just remember, Thanksgiving is an attitude of the heart. It's not something that's just a day. So give thanks every day. We are all so blessed with so many things. And it's just nice to thank our Lord that, He's given us so much. We have so much more than, you know, when you look at so many people in the world, they just don't have the things that we have, and we're very, very blessed. So you have a wonderful day. I am so thankful for you, and just happy painting.